How's everybody doing? It's PCB back for episode 2 of our Planet Coaster series. As you can see behind me, I attempted to do a green screen. It did not work out, but we're rolling with it. So here we go, guys. Alright, so last episode we were just putting down the staff building, and we just got our second star. So let's see what we got going on now.
Now, these first few of the last few lessons will mostly be focusing on finance.
Which is why I'll be handling them. You can get started by looking at the overall finances of the park in the finance section of park management. Come on, money's a-wasting.
Alright, what do they want us to do here? Inspect finance panel. Okay. Finances. Boom.
Ah, this is my happy place. Just look at all those fiscals. You can get a very solid idea of how your park's finances are doing here. And looking at it, your rides are doing well. But I think your shops could be doing better. Open up the Attractions and Shops panel.
Alright. Shops.
As you can see, this section gives you an overview of how your shops and facilities are doing. Ah, and as I thought, you could definitely stand to raise your food and drinks prices by $50 or so. Happy guests don't mind paying a little extra. You can also raise the prices of ATMs, toilets, even the first aid facilities. But it's a good idea not to get too greedy with those. Just greedy enough.
Alright. So we're supposed to raise something by a couple dollars or something? Alright guys, let's see what we're supposed to do here. I guess we'll press B and see what they want. Okay, raise price of 3 items in the shop by at least 50 cents. Oh, okay. Easy enough. Oops. Gotta get used to the button being there. Alright, so I guess we'll go ahead and... how do we raise these up? Shops and facilities, alright. Okay. So we'll raise that up to 370, yeah. Okay. Let's raise chief beef. I guess we'll raise the regular burger, huh? Oh, maybe I can't raise the regular burger. Oh, there we go.
Yes,
Boom.
That's better. It's hardly a lottery win, but we are seeing a bit more profit, which means...
that I get to interrupt you for once. We should put some of that money into researching a roller coaster. After all, guests eventually tire of old rides. So, putting money into ride research is essential if you want to keep a park fresh or expand it.
Oh my! Oh yes! You should begin research at once.
Alright, I guess we're starting some research, guys. Alright, what are we going to research here? I guess we have 1 coaster, so I guess we're going to research this.
Now that the research is in hand, we should take a look at the staff again, because their happiness is just as important as the guests' happiness. Go on, take a look at your staff list.
Alright.
Good! See, if a staff member is unhappy, then they won't be as effective at their job. And if they're really unhappy, they might even quit entirely. Anyway, I think it's high time we gave some of our staff a raise, don't you?
No.
That wasn't directed at you, Cynthia. So, check if any of your staff members aren't as happy as they could be. And, if so, bump their wages up a notch or 2.
Alright, let's see what we gotta do first. Increase the salary of 5 staff members. Oh, okay. Doesn't matter by how much. Okay. They're a little bit unhappy, so we'll bump them up a little bit. Haley's not very happy. Oh, I already gave you a raise. Quit being greedy. Let's give Lisa a raise. There you go, Lisa. So I'm gonna do Pedro. Oh my goodness, he makes...
There, that's a start. Now, if a staff member's workload is too high, it means that they aren't able to keep on top of all their duties, which will make them unhappy. One way around that is hiring more staff. But a more efficient way to deal with it is through staff training. So, train up some of your staff.
Alright, how do we train? Overview, staff, all staff, alright. Oh, training level, there we go. Train. And train.
Once you've chosen who to train, they'll soon toddle off to the staff building to receive their training and complimentary donuts. Oh yes, you clearly know how to care for your staff. Now that you've addressed their wages, workloads and training, they'll be showering you with world's best boss mugs in no time. And that means you're ready to learn about building roller coasters. Oh my. They're expensive things, but a theme park isn't a theme park without one. Eugene, take it away.
Take what away? Oh, I understand. If you could reveal the newly researched coaster blueprints, please.
Before we do that, guys, I just wanted to take a moment and say if anybody is new to the channel, this actually is episode 2 of our series. So if you are enjoying this content, please go ahead and watch episode 1, and furthermore, go ahead and like and subscribe if you would. Yeah, I'd really appreciate it. Alright, let's go ahead and reveal this coaster.
Well, that was needlessly over the top. Oh, but that is quite an exciting new coaster. That could easily hit 4.28 on the Eugene Thrill Rating scale. And now that you have a new coaster type, you can place coaster blueprints for it, or even build a coaster from scratch. But you should probably walk before you run. Now, open the coaster browser and select the blueprint.
Alright.
And place it in a suitable location.
I'm thinking probably right over here, huh? Where there's nothing. Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Your first coaster!
Actually, you know what?
You must feel
I'm
so
gonna do
proud.
something cool here if I can.
Gosh, out of my way, I'm gonna ride that thing.
Sorry, not just yet, Lucy. For while the construction of the coaster is finished, we are not. First, the coaster has to be tested to make sure it is safe. If you
Whoa,
could
what
do that,
happened?
please.
You know, if it's just about signing a safety waiver, then I'm actually cool with that.
There we go. Let's see if we can move it out a little bit. There we go. Let's make it a little lower. Actually, it's a little high, huh? That's better. Right there, that's perfect. Yeah, I like that better. Alright, let's put it in test mode. Okay. So it was right here I had the bright idea to make the world's longest queue. And it was quite the process. I don't even know how many times I deleted this thing. You're about to see one of the first times right here. And there it goes. So many times. Then I had the bright idea to wrap it around because I thought that would look kind of cool. It ended up looking kind of cool though, not gonna lie. Oh, are we getting close to the end? I think we are. Oh, at least the entrance. Look at that. Alright, we finally figured it out. Now on the exit I had the idea of bringing it out underneath the coaster, and that actually came out really, really cool. And we're back. Well, I wanted to add some cool scenery and stuff, but I don't know if we can do that yet, so I guess we'll come back and do that later. But here is our giant queue. It's a little rough around the edges, but overall I feel like it's pretty cool. So without further ado, I think we can go ahead and open up the ride. What do you guys think?
Much better. And what a fine coaster. But you're not done yet. You should adorn the track with plenty of wonderful scenery. Give the guests something exciting and unique to see as they whiz around those twists and turns. Oh, and of course, scenery will also improve the ride's prestige.
You could use animatronics. They're extremely effective, although they will incur running costs.
And, of course, there's all those wonderful scenery blueprints that Eugene made for you.
Indeed, I really cannot overstate how long it took me to make those for you.
Him and his blueprints. Alright, let's see what we got here. Boom. I like that. That's nice. Check this out, guys. They just walk all the way up that. Look at that. That is so freaking cool. That makes me so happy. Hashtag RBT. Pirate flowers. Let's do more rocks. I don't really have much options. Yeah, so let's do more rocks. How about you guys? This is freaking awesome. Oh man. It's so absurdly long. I love it. It's like a coaster before the coaster. Oh man. So what I really like about this is that if you go over here, the exit, they actually exit underneath the coaster. So literally the corkscrew goes over their head as they're walking out. It's pretty dope. Let's see if I can time it right so I can see it. Let's see. Oh, that is cool, man. That is so freaking cool. Yep. Oh, that's so cool. And the people react to it too. That's so awesome. I love that. Oh, that's great. Alright, let's play some Last Rock so we can move on with the tutorial. Oh man. Alright, we'll put it right here by the exit.
Will you look at that? Are you sure you haven't done this before? We should immortalize your coaster by saving it as a blueprint.
Blueprints. A blueprint is a saved collection of objects. Blueprints can be an arrangement of flowers, a row of houses, or a giant coaster, or even all those things saved together. You can save your own blueprints of creations that you might want to reuse, or perhaps so that you can share them with other park managers in the Frontier Workshop. You can also download new blueprints from the Frontier Workshop to expand your creative options. Alright, cool.
Okay, okay. So, you'll need to multi-select everything you want to include in your blueprint. Go on.
Okay, how do I select this? Okay.
Now, go and create a blueprint and you'll be able to make as many copies of your coaster as you like. Or at least can afford. Oh, don't forget to give your blueprint a good name and an exciting screenshot. And make sure to add any tags you want to it, so you can find it easily later.
What should we name the coaster? Let's just call it Sky High. Perfect. Description. Tall. Now let's call it Coaster in the Sky.
Now you've made a blueprint, you'll find it in the Coasters browser. But there's also somewhere even more exciting. The workshop. You see, blueprints are a lot like sandwiches. You can share them with other people, and they contain pickles. No, that's not it. But just imagine it. Sharing your blueprints with the world. With the world sharing what they've built right back. That's what the workshop can do for you. Whew! Well, that was a lot of work, wasn't it? I think it's time you enjoyed the fruit of your labours by riding your coaster, don't you? Go on, select it, and get on!
Alright guys, let's go ahead and ride this guy, huh? Yeah, baby. Yeah, woo! That's dope.
Unlike the guests, you can get off the coaster whenever you like. You know, just in case you're feeling a little bit wobbly in the tum-tum.
I want to check out the first part of the coaster. Oh man, makes me dizzy. Woo!
Unlike the guests, you can get off the coaster whenever you like. You know, just in case you're feeling a little bit wobbly in the tum-tum. Congratulations! Ooh, I'd slap you on the back, but you look a wee bit queasy. Even so, I think you're ready to start your, no doubt, illustrious career in park management.
What wonderful news! Because it means you can start paying back the time and effort that Oswald's invested in you.
And if you would let me, I would dearly love to teach you the intricacies of building a coaster from the ground up. Oh, or ground down if it's subterranean.
And I'm gonna tag along because my season pass gives me free entry anyway. Oh, and to watch you grow as a manager, obviously.
Alright. Well, I guess that was the
Not that
tutorial.
you haven't grown already. Just look at this park. At your park. Full of happy guests, making precious but reasonably priced memories. You should be proud of yourself. But this is just the start. Are you ready for the next step?
We got gold, guys. All 3 stars. Yeah. We got a little more time, so I guess we'll go ahead and continue on and see what else they got. You want to go to the main menu. Yeah. What we got next? Park Apprentice, alright. Okay, looks like we got a part 2 here. Coaster testing facility. Alright, let's go ahead and knock this guy out. So guys, I guess we're just going to go ahead and play through career mode and just kind of learn the game. Since we're so new to it and all. And that'll help us create some better parks.
Welcome to our roller coaster development facility. Here you can learn about, build and test coasters to your heart's content, all without having to worry about finances and whatnot. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I think Cynthia has found some kind of tax loophole. Right, I'll leave you in Eugene's capable hands. There is literally nothing he doesn't know about coasters.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. You are quite correct. And yet love, however, remains a mystery. Now, when guests ride a coaster, their experience will be determined by how exciting it is, how much fear it causes, and how much nausea they experience during the ride. You can see these ratings in the Testing tab. Look at those little faces! The happy face is excitement. The higher the number, the better. The scared face is fear. The best rides are scary, but not too scary. The sick face is nausea. No one likes being sick, so keep this as low as possible. At a glance, a green face means the rating is very good, and your ride will have higher prestige. That's the target we're aiming for. An amber face means the rating is just alright, and the ride will have less prestige. That's the target you'll probably hit a lot of the time. A red face means the rating is very poor and may even cause problems for guests. And that's like missing all the targets and shooting yourself in the foot. So, what determines excitement, fear, and nausea values? Well, they result from the gravitational forces experienced by guests as the coaster changes direction and speed. These are called G-forces. When you're ready, deselect the test coaster. First, some basics. Every coaster needs a station where guests can get on and off. Different coaster types allow for different methods of propelling their trains. The most common method uses a chain lift to raise the coaster train up so that when it crests the top of the hill, gravity pulls it down and whooshes it around the track. Travelling down the first drop, the train will normally reach its fastest speed. It's a great way to start building excitement. Left and right turns in the track cause lateral G-forces that induce nausea in guests. By banking the track as it turns, you can change the force from lateral to vertical, pushing the rider down into their seat and making the turn a lot more comfortable. Cresting hills that generate just enough upward G-force will make guests feel like they're right out of their seats. This feeling of weightlessness called air excitement to guests, with just fear too. Finally, the circuit is complete as the track connects to the other side of the station. It's important that the train has enough speed to make it back to the station, but not so much that it has to brake suddenly, causing nausea.
Alright.
It's a lot to take in, isn't it? But fear not, you can always select one of the markers dotted around the test coaster for more detailed reference information, gathered via exhaustive experimentation and at least one tummy-related incident. Look at all that high-quality information. I really do spoil you. Okay, once you've taken everything on board, simply close this marker and we'll continue.
Alright, momentum and brakes. A coaster train needs enough momentum to make it around the track and back to the station. Too much momentum when approaching the station will cause sudden braking and extreme G-forces. Reducing the first drop will lower the amount of momentum, and track brakes can slow the train down gradually. Brakes are used when space is limited, letting you reduce speed using less track. Alright.
Concludes the non-interactive portion of my presentation, for which you will now receive a bronze star. Very nice.
I didn't even do anything. Alright. Apparently we got a bronze star, guys.
Now, if you could head over to the highlighted area, we'll move on to the interactive portion.
Alright.
Good news! It's finally time to get your hands dirty, metaphorically, obviously, and construct your very own coaster. Now, it's probably a good idea to start out by trying to copy the test coaster. After all, its design is simple, but effective. You can start by opening the... Now that the station's down, you'll need to place pieces of track one by one by one to create a circuit. Start by building a chain lift high into the air, then switch to standard track pieces and create a thrilling ride back to the station. There are plenty of other options for you to explore in the settings, but I'll keep quiet and let you have the fun of experimenting. Plus, it's been 15 minutes, so I'm due a union-mandated cup of tea.
So I'm saying screw his track, and we're doing our own thing, and we will see what happens. Alright, how do we go up? Oh, okay, just like that. Fair enough. Let's do like a corkscrew or something. There we go. I like it. I like it. What happened? There we go. Oh my god, it's annoying. Turn it. There we go. So if you couldn't tell, guys, I really suck at doing roller coasters. I can't even tell you how many times I tried this same thing and it was awful. A little better than the PC, but still awful. What am I doing right here? The best part is I do all of this. I don't even think it makes it up the first incline. If I had thought the drive track actually made the coaster go faster, it doesn't. It makes it go about 2 miles per hour. So that was a fun little thing I learned. I can't even tell you how many times I deleted this thing as well. It gets bad. Just connect it. That's all you gotta do. Just connect it. And you can't even do that.
Completed your first track. Please let me be the first to offer you my warmest congratulations. Oh, and this silver star.
Alright. We got a silver star, guys. That's pretty easy.
So, now you've built a coaster track, that means you need to test it and see how it fares. But before you do, you should familiarize yourself with the tools you can use to analyze its performance. Select the testing tab of your new coaster. As well as the Start Test option, the Testing tab has 3 sets of data that provide essential feedback from your test: live data, results, and heat maps. Live data displays information about the ride as it happens. The data is color-coded, so you can easily see how well the coaster is performing. Results give you a fascinating insight into the ride as a whole. There's all sorts of interesting data in there. Heat maps let you view data directly on the track, allowing you to pinpoint issues more precisely. You can choose what type of information you want the heat map to visualize. Right, when you're ready, feel free to start a test. Don't worry, you can stop and start this test at any point, but more incredibly, you can actually edit your coaster track while a test is running. Heavens, imagine being on one of the trains while that was happening. Oh, and don't forget, you can switch heat maps between E, excitement, F, fear, and N, nausea, as well as the various G forces, to see how your coaster is performing. Sadly, your coaster didn't manage to finish a complete circuit. My advice is to make sure that the first drop is big enough to generate enough momentum to carry the train all the way round to the station. Although, you may need to revisit other aspects of the design too.
Alright. Well, that was a fail, guys. Let's see what we got here. Alright, let's edit the coaster.
Sadly, your coaster didn't manage to finish a complete circuit. My advice is to make sure that the first drop is big enough to generate enough momentum to carry the train all the way round to the station. Although, you may need to revisit other aspects of the design too.
Oh, so that just makes it move. Got it. Alright guys, I guess we're gonna start from here. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and delete this because it's terrible. Alright, and we are back for another segment of PCB Really Sucks at This Game. As you'll see here, I'm trying to design this coaster so it has the correct amount of excitement and low levels of nausea and low levels of fear. Let's just say it was a very, very long process and very, very painful. I can't even tell you how many times that dang car got stuck going up some kind of a track. See if we get some better results this time. Well, looks like we actually got it going up this time. We're on the right track here. How could this possibly go wrong? Woo! A little rough. Oh God. Oh man, that was another fail. This is going backwards and forwards. Good job. Okay. Well. Let's see how that works. And no cigar. All right. Oh man, how many times are we gonna fail on this, guys? My God. We're just gonna start over because that was terrible. Alright, create custom. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and test that to make sure it's gonna work. Oh, I'm really bad at this, guys. Alright. And yet again, my coaster goes backwards. And there it goes. Look at it. Just rocking back and forth. And kaplat. boy, oh boy, did I have a hard time with this tutorial. I tried everything under the sun. I do some pretty crazy tracks coming up here. I was literally just trying anything I could. Like, what is that? What is that? How is that going to work? You can see it going backwards. I don't know why I thought this would work. What am I even doing? Oh, the coaster's actually making it. That's actually impressive. Oh.
Coaster didn't manage to finish a complete circuit. My advice is to make...
At this point, I just don't even want to design a coaster anymore. Like, let me just use pre-built ones. It's so bad. Like, what is that even? Honestly. So finally I decided to cave and just copy the coaster like Eugene wanted. And I should have done that from the start.
Clearly there are still some tweaks to be made in order to hit those EFN ratings. Keep at it.
So this is when I realized my G's are way too high, and that is not going to work at all. So let's just copy the coaster and get out of here. It may have been basic, but it worked. Yay.
Well done. You clearly have the makings of a superlative coaster designer.
Really?
The better your EFN ratings, the higher the prestige of your coaster,
Wow.
and the more guests will pay to ride it. But don't forget, there are other things that feed into a coaster's prestige. For example, longer coasters are more prestigious than shorter ones. Plus, adding lots of scenery around the track and the ride's queue will boost the prestige too. Oh, I always choke up at this bit, seeing someone graduate from my presentation and wondering if I'll ever see them again. Okay, we'll see you at the next park.
Wow. Well, guys, that was miserable. But we got it done. That's the important part. But, man, that sucked. Anyway, I think we'll go ahead and end video 2 right there. Be sure to tune in next Tuesday, because we will be doing the next career mode, which I believe is the pirate one. So that should be a lot of fun. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, I'm PCB. Have a good one, guys.